So we're gonna say for Haslacha. Give me a little paper there. Understand? On my stand. Oh, okay. Put it upstairs. Put it on the kitchen table. Thank you. So we're gonna have the shir dedicated for Zivuk for Reuven Binyamin Ben Chana, sponsored part of the shir, and we're also dedicating the shir for Refuah Shlema for Rabbi Chaim Noach Ben Katrina Leah, Rabbi Gudmacher. Hashem should give him Refuah Shlema, continue Refuah Shlema. We'll hear great news and B'sorot Tov for generally for all of Klal Yisrael. Rabbi, today, Avad, you want to just give me that other phone? Someone wants to call in. Also, the shir is dedicated to Ilu Nishmat. Lisa Leah Bat Chusni. Hashem should give her Neshama and Aliyah. Okay. For the yard site of Moshe Rabbeinu, which is tonight, right now, and Ester Malka. So light two. Everyone should light two candles. Now, what time I'm going to begin while everyone's getting ready? We're going to be doing the Zera Shimshon on Megillat Ester. I don't know if he's coming. On Megillat Ester, we're going to do the second essay, the Zera Shimshon's second essay. So that's Derush Bet. I think it's a beautiful piece and how it ties into our parshiot. It's just unbelievable. For those who don't know, the Zera Shimshon, he's has a haftacha. Anyone who learns his sefer, anyone who learns from it, is going to see yeshuot, is going to see answers to everything. So Hakadosh Baruch Hu should give us all those brachot and the schut that we're learning the holy Zera Shimshon. So tonight we're going to be doing the Megillat Ester Od Bet. I apologize, I do not have copies. I don't have the. It's not on the Art School app, so I couldn't screenshot it normally, and I didn't have a chance to get to the copy machine. Usually I do it over the phone. Didn't have a chance. Rabotai, it says in the Gemara in Mesechet Megillah. There's a very, very interesting statement. Amar Rav Acha Bar Abba Amar Rav Yochanan. He says like this: Hiktiv Kadosh Baruch Hu. Kadosh Baruch Hu made upset Adonim, masters, Al Avadim. They should be upset on their servants. For what purpose? La'asod Ritzon Tzaddik, in order for the tzaddik. There's a tzaddik is going to need something, so Hashem made a master upset on a servant. Okay? And it'll reveal in a moment. Va'avadim, and Hashem also made servants upset al adonim on their masters. La'asot Ritzon Tzaddik, in order to do the will of a tzaddik. And the Gemara says, the Gemara tries to explain, and the Gemara says, okay, the Chtiv, Adonim, who's Adonim? The Chtiv, the Pasuk says, Paro, Katzaf al Avadav, got upset on his slaves, on his servants. And the Gemara says, La'asod Ritzon Tzaddik, and who was the tzaddik in that episode? Umanu, and who was this guy? Yosef. Dichtiv, because it says over there, B'sham Itanu, he was with us. And what about the case of Avodim? Avodim getting upset on their masters. Who's that? The Gemara says, Avodim, Dichtiv, Katzaf, Biktan, V'teresh, Biktan and Seresh got upset. For what purpose? Hashem did it, La'asod Ritzon Tzaddik, to do the will of a tzaddik. Ummanu, who's this guy? Mordechai. Dichtiv v'yivadah hadavar, it became known, this matter, LaMordechai to Mordechai. Question number one the Zera Shimshon asks is, who cares? Who got upset? How's that going to make Yosef HaTzadik happy? How's that going to help him with anything? Who cares that Biktam V'Seresh got upset? Who cares? What does that have to do with anything? Because somebody got upset because it's for a tzaddik shkoyach. How does that help us? You hear the question? It's a murder question. How does it help us? How does it help us? Who cares? So what? He got upset. That really changes any narrative. Yeah, he got upset. Paro got upset. Shkoyach. Okay. Teretz is, and that's going to be our big lesson of the night. Unbelievable lesson. The truth is, it does make a difference. It makes a very big difference. And we're going to see now. We'll start with Paro, with Yosef and Paro. V'yesh lomar. Share Yosef Amar. When Yosef got put into jail, poor Yosef Atzadik goes to jail. What does Yosef Atzadik say when he goes to jail? I'll say the questions over so you should hear it. Okay, so let's recap. We brought him a Gemara Megillah. The Gemara Megillah says God orchestrated that a master gets upset on servants for the tzaddik, and God orchestrated that the servants get upset on a master because of a tzaddik. And the Gemara reveals Paro is the master, got upset on his servants for the sake of the tzaddik. Who's that tzaddik? Yosef. The Gemara Megillah. And then vice versa. Bigtan v'Teresh, these two guards got upset. These were the servants of the king. Got upset on the king for the servant for the purpose of a tzaddik Mordechai. Right? Yeah, the butler was one of those servants. We're going to talk about him in a second. Very good. So the question here is, who cares who got angry? How does that help anybody? Why does the Torah have to tell us? Oh, he got angry, and it's all for the tzaddik. What are you telling? What are you teaching me? What are you adding here? What value was added? Rabotai, unbelievable. What happened when Yosef ended up in jail? He goes, I have absolutely no idea what I did wrong. He says, "V'gam po lo asiti me'uma." I did nothing. Kisamu oti babor, that they put me in the pit. I didn't do anything. Let me ask you a question. You go to prison. Let's say that's I'm a clergy member. We're chaplains. We could go to the prison to visit. I talk to all the prisoners. What's the first thing they tell me? Habibi, I don't belong here. I didn't do anything. So what is Yosef telling them? Hello, I don't belong here. I didn't do anything. Cupcake, I'm sure you didn't do anything. Like everybody else here. We know. You did nothing. Go back to your pit. What are you saying? I didn't do anything. It won't help. Right? Everyone's in jail will say, I didn't do anything. It's not my fault. I didn't do it. So what are you saying? What's your alibi? What are you saying? They put me in here for no reason. That's going to get you out of there. Really, Yosef Tzaddik, you're the smart guy. You're going to save all of Egypt. You think that I didn't do it? It's going to work? It wasn't me. For those, never mind. So how does that work? What are you saying? Yeah. L'chora, he says over here, l'chora ain't svar la amin. You can't trust those words. You didn't do anything. Everyone that says that, I didn't do anything in jail. And I didn't do anything, that's why you locked me up. However, when the regular people, the townspeople, see a precedence, they see something. Paro got upset on his butler. For what? Most flies, you just leave it, you put it on the floor. Most flies, except for the fly that landed on Mike Pence's head, most flies just happen to find something concentrated of some good smelling something and they'll fall into it. So the butler did not program the fly to fall in to get Paro upset. It happened to have fallen in. So when the butler goes to prison and they say, what are you in for here? The baker says, I don't know, I ended up with a stone in there, it broke his tooth. But this guy said, I didn't do anything. I'm bringing him the cup of wine. My job is to get the good wine, put it in a cup, bring it. Done. I'll make sure everything is perfect. As it comes out, it's going to be good. It happens to be a fly fell in. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything. And what happened to him? Yosef met him, the dream. What happens to him? He comes out. So now when Yosef comes out with his story, I didn't do anything, they're not going to say, sure, you didn't do anything. They're going to say, oh, you're right. That prison is crazy. Everybody in there didn't do anything. The other guy just came out the other day. The butler, he didn't do anything either. They're crazy in there. Yeah, I believe you. You came out. So the Gemara says, for the first case, for Yosef, for the tzaddik, he made that what? That the master Paro should get upset on his servants so that the tzaddik, when he comes out, the story makes sense. It's believable. He didn't do anything. The other guy also didn't do anything and he was in there. It makes perfect sense. And now the same happens over here in the case of Achashverosh. So we got to go back just a little bit to remember the story of Achashverosh, and then we'll be able to understand the beauty of this. Achashverosh gives over his ring. His ring is the seal, stamp of approval. Whatever you want gets through with this. It's almost like everyone trying to get into America to become a citizen, because that what? Executive order. It's executive. That's it. Once you have that stamp, it's like an executive order times 1,000,000. You're good to go. So that means Achashverosh trusts Haman with everything. Okay, just remember this. This is a very crucial point here. Haman is trusted by Achashverosh with everything. He got that the signet ring. He could sign anything. He could throw the king out. He could become the king tomorrow. He's so trusted that he won't do any backstabbing that he got that ring. But what did we say the Gemara said? There were servants that went against the master. There's a story in the beginning of the Megillah, the second or first parak over there. It says what happened? Biktan v'teresh, or in the yeshiva world, Bikson and Seresh. What about them? What about them? Who were they? Anyone know? Megillah's Ester has them as trash can people, and then two idiots in the palace trying to be guards. That's not what they. What were they? They protected the bedroom of the king. That means nobody comes in, nobody comes out, unless they go through them. Okay? This is the closest confidant possible to King Achashverosh. It happens to be Mordechai heard them plot, found, and we killed them. And it was written in a book. Comes that night, Balayla, Shenat HaMelech, Vayomer Lehavi, tells him, bring the book of the Zichronot, Divrei HaYamim, and they should be read to me. What was going on? Why that night? What happened on that night? That night, something crazy happened in Achashverosh's head. That very confidant that he gave the signet ring now comes to him in an image every single night, every single minute of that night, of a creepy looking triangular head with a knife lurking right behind him. Okay? This was a cartoon, it would say code B. Some creepy looking guys are creeping up behind you. Literally, he closes his eyes about to sleep, wakes up, what a nightmare. This is my guy. I gave the ring to him. He wants to kill me. Nah, it has to be a dream. Goes back to sleep. Wakes up again. The same night. Can't be. I don't know. I'm not going to sleep. I can't sleep. Bring me that book to read. So his boys, Haman's boys, are working the palace, flipping pages. Keeps going back to that thing. Read that. What's over there? Okay, I'll read it to you. It says over there that there was a Jew in the city. His name is Mordechai, and he was sitting there, and he heard your two most closest confidants. They were plotting to kill you. And what happened? Oh, we found out and we killed them. And what happened to Mordechai? Absolutely nothing. Not even free shakshuka for the day, Nothing. Zero. Got nothing from it. And at that moment, knocks on the door Haman, who he's been dreaming the entire night, who doesn't start work till much later in the day. This is midnight. This is sometime middle of the night. Picture of Achashverosh's bunny feet, really. It's the middle of the night. And he's at the door. He's like, oh my gosh, that wasn't no dream. That's real. Yo, this guy, he wants to kill me. I'm going to check. What would you do to someone who did the best for the king and wasn't repaid yet? Now, Now what happens here? Is unbelievable. Achashverosh in his head is like, this is my next confidant. My first two tried to kill me. That means everybody around me that I think are my best friends, that are supposed to protect me, that are supposed to look after me, these guys are the first to kill me, including this guy. He just came up after my nightmares, and he's at the door. I have to test him. What are you going to do to the person that did such and such to the king? Oh, says someone who did that, Nitan Keter Birosho, give him the crown and the levush malchut and the king's everything, including the crown. When he said the crown, Achashverosh's head went, oh my gosh, OMG, this guy wants to kill me. Servants, the Gemara said in Megillah, servants went and got angry at the king for the tzaddik Mordechai. So that the tzaddik Mordechai gets in there, naturally, chosen, picked, becomes the salvation of Klal Yisrael. Hashem had to make it in a way where it made sense. Yeah, the confidants were all going to kill him, but some guy from the outside was looking after his back for real. That's the tzaddik. Mordechai HaTzaddik. Mordechai HaYehudi. Unbelievable. So for that reason, the Gemara says in Masechet Megillah, I have kings, masters that got upset on his servants for the tzaddik Yosef. And I have the flip side, where servants got upset on the king, on the master, for the tzaddik Mordechai. By the way, for those who don't realize this, Yosef and Mordechai are related. This is Binyamin, it's from Yosef, from Rachel. The story here is unbelievable. The tzaddik that comes out of there and how Hashem orchestrates. You know what this means for us? This means we can think, we can say, I have a sign this is not for me. I know it. Oh, I gave so many times tzedakah. Who cares? It doesn't help. It's all stories, Rabbi. All throughout life, things will pop up, and you're going to say, mistakenly, you'll take the bait. You're like, who needs this? Why should I do this? I've done it before. Who needs this? But did you understand what Hashem is really doing? He's orchestrating things. If this comes to you, there's a reason. The signet ring was given to Haman. He was trusted with everything. And just in one day, in his head, Achashverosh's head, this guy wants to kill me. You gave him everything. He has the keys to everything. He's feeding you. You're alive because of him. Ad kedei kach. Hashem orchestrates it for the tzaddik. Things can look like it's over, it's done for, but you have to realize that Hashem is orchestrating every single bit for the tzaddik, or for those who support and those who care about Torah, those who try to help others. That's what Mordechai did. He needed this. He was an official. He didn't need any of this. He did it for the sake. Yosef needed any of this. He was an official. He could have just walked away. He didn't need this. If you want to twist it into our current events, Trump doesn't need it. He's got everything, and he's not even going to get reelected. It's done. This is it. This is usually when presidents are lame duck. They don't care. They don't do anything. They got elected, free salary for the next 4 years with all his friends in Congress. He doesn't need this. And neither does Musk need it. The attribute of these great people, Saif, talking about today's current events, and the Gedolim of before, what were they about? There's a reason why a certain person is elected. There's a reason why a certain person has the power. And sometimes you'll say, why? What Paro? What's his reason? It's the worst of the worst. Yeah, but Hashem orchestrated it in a way that Yosef comes out of that. And you can say the other way around, because they should have got rid of Hashverosh. If they would have killed him off, it would have been better for everybody. No party, no this, no that, it would all good. Guy's two-faced, right? No, it was orchestrated in a way so that Mordechai comes into power. And it comes in a certain way. That means, as much as a person wants to feel like I know and I understand, and this is how it's the last thing you know is what you understand. Kadosh Baruch Hu runs the world. Everything is precise and calculated. And when we understand that, we too will see Yeshuot, and we'll see also miracles, Nisim, like it was in those days. We'll see them in these days. Thank you all for listening. We'll have Marav in 5 minutes.